Yeah, Sleezoe, personal question. Do you think ice, jewelry, cars matters in the rap game? To you personally?
I mean, to me, not really. I like those things, but doesn't change. Doesn't, like, I'm not in a position where all these things up my net worth, so I really don't give a fuck about them. You know, so it's like I'll never portray some shit that I'm not living.
Yeah,
you
so
know, if I don't have a Rolex that I can rock every day, why would I rock a Rolex in a video?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make sense unless I'm in something that's scripted. You know, like it's actually something that's a scene or something.
Yeah,
I'll do it. But yeah, it helps your image. But it helps your image if you're posting. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting seen. You know, it's one thing to have all the jewelry and have cash and you're just living, but nobody sees you. Then nothing's really happening. You're not getting likes. You're not getting interaction from people. But if you have all these things that are nice and then you're posting, then it's like, okay, yeah, for sure it can help. 1,000, you can have an IG page. You're getting thousands of likes, and then you're just like, oh, by the way, check out my Spotify link. Bing.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have 200 people that fuck with it. That's 200 new fans just off people liking your bling and your cars and all that. So, yeah, it matters, but at the end of the day, a lot of rappers realize that it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It matters to the fans.
Yeah.
You know? But to you, it doesn't really matter. You're just... you just rock jewelry if you like jewelry, nigga. Like, that's why I never understood, like, people who hate on rappers who rock mad chains. Nigga, if the nigga likes chains, let the nigga like chains, nigga. Right. You know, like, that's his thing, you know? Like, some niggas like cars. Niggas like 50, they have, like, 20 cars, you know? Like, some niggas are into real estate. They have, like, 20 houses, you know? It's like, bro, people like what they like, you know? But me, jewelry, I'm not that bad. I don't like chains, to be honest. I like rings, you know? Like, bracelets, watches, that's more my things. I don't have piercings on my ears, so I'm not into that shit. So it's like, these things don't matter to me like that, you know? So, but I understand the importance of it, definitely. Because when you go do a photo shoot, the photographer might drip you up in some next shit, because that's what's gonna get people buzzing and people talking about you. So yeah, all that shit is important. You know, it's part of being an artist, your image, you know? You can look like a bum and make it, but you're not really getting seen, you know? Like, you're probably going to be an internet artist where people are just bumping you, but they don't see you. You know what I'm saying? But if people are really seeing you, chances are you're going to...
chances are, the answer to this question is, do you succeed with it or you succeed without it? Like, basically, you need it.
It's always better to succeed without it.
Okay, no, but I'm saying, what is the progression of rappers? Do they do well without it, or they do well with it?
I feel like a lot of rappers do better without it, spiritually and like emotionally and like within themselves. You know, like you can tell. Like, for example, a nigga like Big Sean. We haven't seen Big Sean in a minute. But Big Sean been on this like cleansing path and like hair grown out, vegan, this and that, happily in a relationship, you know?
Even J. Cole.
Another example, Kendrick Lamar. Like, these guys, they just disappear and they go live life and they're happy, you know? So it's like, it doesn't really matter because we see the proof that you can have it and have access to it, but not want it and need it like that. There's other things. There's other things to life. Like, when people say money doesn't bring happiness, it's because y'all think we're gonna go buy chains and buy cars, but there's other things niggas can do with money, you know? Like, they just be having shit fucked up. Like,
you see different aspects of life. You see different avenues of life, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Money will bring you places you ain't never been before.
Ever. Places you never thought you could see.
Open up doors too.
You meet people that you're like, huh, this is what money, this is who money can make me talk to, okay. And off that, you're making more money. So it's like, yeah, but both ways you can do it, but it's always better to do it without, because, or sometimes it is better to do it with, because you realize yourself when you're battling your own, like, you're questioning yourself, like, what, like, is this shit really it, or is there more to this shit? Because sometimes you don't get that chance to be real with yourself. So
100%.
I think some artists need it. Some artists need to have the jewelry, they need the drip to kind of build their confidence, to build that aura, to build the character that they're portraying in their music. It's a lot more than just. It's like a pro athlete, right? You need your shoulder
then the music's
pads.
fake.
Hey, a lot of the music is fake.
Yeah, but I'm gonna listen to that type of shit.
I agree.
You know, it's like,
I mean, of course, Mello asked you directly. But if I talk about it on a more general aspect, I think you do have a lot of these artists that they need to go ahead and portray the image that they want to live.
100%.
Until they do that, they don't achieve that success because they're not living it and they're not able to portray it. They don't have the confidence, so they can't carry it.
and that's what labels want.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want an artist that can carry that image,
Yeah.
even though he doesn't live that
that's
life,
true, too.
because music is entertainment at the end of the day. So they're looking for an artist that you're not from the streets, but you look like you could be from the streets. You feel me? Like, oh, okay, you got some cornrows, nice couple tats, okay. You know, like you did a couple 1-2s back in college, high school. You skipped college, okay. You know, you know, just these little things, and then you just build somebody up. Like,
Exactly, we build a whole image.
build the
of you.
artist type shit. You know, so it's like some people do need that because, like I said, it's actually part of their image. That's what attracts people to you.
Right.
You know, like just like Baby. You know, your jewelry attracts people to you. You feel me? Just like any other like popping artist, like Future, Thug, when they post their chains, like people like to see that shit. It's motivation. Meek Mill, like all these people, their cars. It's like, yo, that's part of your image. Even though Meek doesn't need all that shit, but it's part of your image. Us, we know it as motivation. You know, we don't know it as stunting. We know it as motivation because you come from the trenches, you come from nothing. So it's always
but do you think
different.
it depends on your lyrical content too? If you're
No, it
talking
depends
about-
on who you are.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, your lyrical content can be trash. You could be a pop star, but if you're a real nigga, at the end of the day, it's like, that's what I'm looking at, is if you're real. You know, like, a guy like Juice WRLD. You know what? I didn't even listen to him, but after he passed, R.I.P., I'm starting to see, like, people are telling me, like, yo, peep this, like, he was really, like, a real nigga, this. Then after you realize, like, oh, shit, like, you were a real nigga even though I didn't fuck with your music or with you. You know, like, you realize after, like, oh, damn, okay, you know, I could have vibed with your music because I know you're a real nigga. You know, it's always like that. The realness comes before. That's why I'm like...
And you know those ones, right? Of
course.
It's like, yo, thanks to your realness, I fuck with your music.
Yeah. But that's like you and Nipsey too. You know, like you're listening to his episodes, his interviews. He's telling you to read books, and it's like, damn. When I listen to your music, it's like, fuck. Okay, you're really real. Like you're preaching what you're rapping. You're living it. You know, so that's what makes music real. Is when an artist is real and you know what he's living is facts, and like he's not just capping. You're like, oh damn, okay. You know, like these protests, seeing niggas like J. Cole out there, you know, like Kendrick, to people, even to me, I'm not the biggest fans of these niggas. You know, I respect them, but I don't bump them. But when I see that, it's like, I like that. You feel me? Because it's like, people are talking shit about rappers and not being present. And then you see, arguably the biggest rappers in the game show up. You know, like no security like that. Like they don't need they're just there. Like I'm here, masked up, and like let's get this shit cracking. So it's like music is just it's a crazy thing. Music is just a powerful thing, man.
Is, in your opinion, is Lil Baby running the throne in 2020, and is he the next new Lil Wayne?
Go ahead, Zorville. Get him, man.
And I think like Lil Baby, like I said, he's doing his thing in 2020. He's dropping those hits and everything for, especially during Corona right now. Like there's not a lot of music coming out, but Lil Baby's out here popping, you know. But like when we're talking about comparing to Lil Wayne, I still think it's a little premature in the sense that it's like you still got ways in the game to, you know, to see where your level's at. I'm not saying he's not gonna get there, but Lil Wayne was like that little dog, you know, in the Hot Boys, you know what I mean? Coming up with the BG Juvenile, and then in the 2000s, this man took over Cash Money when the big dogs left, you know? And it was just like,
saved Cash Money.
Just basically saving them, you know what I mean? Being the president in 2005, and just, I don't know what happened between 05 to 07, but this man just thought he was Kobe. like he could just do whatever he wanted. You know?
Doc?
Just like
Hold up. Doc or was?
he was.
Oh,
He was.
He was. The Lil Wayne was cool for me. Ain't gonna front.
So yeah, man knew he was cool. You know what I mean? So basically, he was out there dropping 50s, 10 weeks of rolling. You know what I mean? Like literally, like every other week on the billboards, Lil Wayne was on the track. Whether it was pop, whether it was hip hop, whether it was rock, he was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he came out with that album. You know what I mean? Carter 3. You know, did $1 million a week. He was just doing his thing.
Was
So
it
it's
first
like,
day?
No,
I think it's in the week. It's in the week. You know what I
I
mean?
think maybe it was short week.
I'm
but-
capping.
Yeah, no, it's true though. It's still facts.
Maybe in this new digital era.
You get your turn, you know what I mean? I got you, you know what I mean? But check. So like I said, Lil Wayne, you know what I mean? He's a great. He even made Jay-Z at one time think about it in the mirror, said, should I even rap after what he did to my own beat? Show me what you got freestyle. So it's like, Lil Baby is definitely there. I'm not saying he's Lil Wayne, but the potential is there. The work ethic's there. It's just that we have to remember the hierarchy, remember the levels till you become Lil Wayne. Like, are you Lil Wayne 07? Okay, I give you that. But Lil Wayne as in what? You gotta clarify that to me.
So here's the thing, though, and I co-sign what you're saying because like he doesn't have the pedigree yet, right? He doesn't have that agenda yet. But if you take a look at what Lil Baby's doing right now, you take a look at how hot he is, the hits after hits, the solid album, the delivery, the flow, the storytelling. There is a comparison to, you know what? You kind of have a resemblance to Wayne. Does he have the resume yet? No. But give him time, because Lil Wayne's been in the rap game for a long time. Right now, Lil Baby is definitely the MVP, man. Right? He's running it with that platform. He's taking it all the way through and through. His album's still top 10 in the charts right now. Like, he's serious. The last hit that he did was proper. It fits COVID. It fits the pandemic. It fits the protests. There's a message to it. So altogether, you have to give him his due credibility. But obviously, he still has a lot to prove to the rap game. But he's so far to me, he has his foot on that throat. Right now, to me, he's setting his mark in hip hop. So you gotta respect it.
Sure.
All the way through.
Sleezoe, how you feel?
I mean, Lil Baby's one of my favorite artists out right now, so
Is he the best rapper right now? Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs is the best rapper if we're talking about
Okay,
rap.
okay.
You know,
We're talking
yeah, I'm a
about-
rapper, so
Okay.
if we're talking rap,
Okay.
lyrics.
What they call this genre? It's called R&B hip hop. This one.
Who? Lil Baby?
Lil Baby. What
Or
is
like-
that? I'm just making
R&B
sure.
hip hop.
I'm just saying R&B genre hip hop.
Lil Baby, let's say, is more like
He goes hard.
trap.
He goes
I
hard.
know,
Like,
but I'm
more
just
like,
saying, what
you
is
know?
the genre that the Billboard
he
says?
doesn't
But
I
but when you're saying about who's the best rapper, to
Yeah.
me it's like we're actually talking about rap. Like to me,
Okay.
Freddie Gibbs has been the most consistent rapper. You know, Benny's up there as those are rappers. You know,
Okay.
but Baby, as in Baby's a mainstream guy now.
Yeah.
He's no longer a trap rapper. You know, like that's what people are failing to kind of see as well. Is that like he's in that transition of like I gotta drop. Not that I gotta drop, but I'm in a position where me dropping a hit, like bigger picture that has to do with COVID and excuse me, everything that's going on, like I have a voice now, you know, like I'm a different Lil Baby. I'm not Lil Baby from before that dropped those other tapes and that, you know, my dogs and everything,
Now
you
it's
know, like
superstar status.
you feel me? Now he elevated, you know, so he's definitely the MVP because of. He's not only MVP, he's also most improved.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because
Yeah.
the leap that we saw him take from those mixtapes and from that feature with Drake that we were like, from that feature with Drake, a lot of us were like, yo, okay, once you get that feature from Drake, that's
You're
your
official.
opening, you know, you're official, but what are you going to do after that feature? Are you going to stay consistent? Are you going to fall off? Is your music going to be better? Is your music going to be worse? Because when he dropped Street Gossip, a lot of people didn't like really fuck with that, you know? But then he came back. And boom, you know, and then he came back with,
dropping on the DJ Khaled tracks, and that's how.
and then he's doing the Lamborghini Boys. You know, like he's working with the work ethic of a Wayne. So, and before you even comment, we can go back and there's an interview where we ask Wayne, who's your favorite rapper
He
right
said
now?
Lil Baby.
And who did he say? Lil Baby.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say Lil Baby is Wayne,
Nah.
but I'm gonna say you have to respect
He has a potential.
when Jordan
Yeah.
knew that Kobe was his little bro. You know,
Yeah.
like you took my moves. You know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like you will never be able to compare someone to Wayne because the way you put it is like, yeah, Wayne in that aspect as he was a little pup, you will never be able to compare someone else as in like, oh yo, you started at 13 and now you're 36 and you have like 25 years in a game.
Right.
Nobody else, you know, like only OGs like the Nas and the Redmans that you can be like, you have 20 years in the game, like you're a GOAT. So we can never put that comparison. But if we're putting like, okay, Lil Baby's on a 3-4 year run right
That's
now.
true. Facts.
That's why I was
You
saying.
know, it's like
understand.
for someone that just came out of jail and didn't rap like that and didn't grow up around niggas that put their armor on him like, yo, be a rapper. Yeah, he grew up Thug's friend and all that, but Thug doesn't rap the same way Baby raps. You know what I'm saying? So, and you see the elevation of his lyricism, you know? So it's like, I understand completely what you're saying, but the run that he's on, and if he continues on this run, it's all about pacing yourself.
For sure.
Everything's a marathon, you know, like that theme and meaning of a marathon is so like great in anything that you do. It's like if Baby paces himself well enough, yo, he can be on 2020's almost done. Think about it. We're halfway through 2020. You know, like, you feel me? Like, yo, 2021 is right around the corner. So it's like you can pace yourself and you're in a whole nother year, taking over a whole nother year.
Right.
You feel me? Because you're that guy. Like we said, he's 24, 25. It's not like he's 30 right now. You know? He blew up at the right time. He's not even in his prime. He might think he's in his prime. We might think he's in his prime. But musically, as an artist, there's always a notch you can... and not only is he gonna unlock notches musically, it's gonna be like, it might be, fuck music. I'm on this 4PF business shit. You know, I'm trying to sign more artists.
Right,
you know,
right.
I'm trying to do this and that. You know, because now he has the power to do that. That's why it's like, he is having a Wayne run. Because a low-key, a Baby Wayne run. You know, like, Jordan, they did 6 rings, and then you have other niggas that did 3. You know, the Lakers did their 3-piece. They didn't go for 6. You know that. That's a little run that he's doing right now because it's like, yo, that I don't know what to say else, but we just gotta wait and see because right now he's consistent. His consistency has been stable. You know, before it was like this. Now it's like,
It's not wavering no more.
you
So
know,
this consistency is basically comparable to like the Lil Wayne vibe from 04 to 07.
I would say
when he
07 to
dropped
09.
like-
07 to 09.
Okay.
no, I would say I like more before 07 to 09 because 07 to 09 is when we're considering Wayne the greatest. You know,
Okay.
we're considering him the
the man
GOAT.
even said it himself, Lil Baby, not self-proclaimed, but he did in the video, he put a GOAT, right?
Yeah, of
Especially
course.
trying to let people know I'm here.
But I
Taking
feel like
it,
he's
right?
putting that GOAT as in of his generation because you have to remember he's 24.
Facts.
So it's like he's most likely talking to the people of you know
His range,
because really it's like we're comparing Baby to older cats right now,
That's
but
true.
Baby's 24, so Baby's a trippy red, you know, like NBA young boy, like they're only like 4 or 5 years difference. That's who he should be compared to. But no, your run is so impressive that we're boosting you levels. Like, you know, like instead of playing in grade 9 junior ball, you're playing senior ball. You know, like you're varsity, like
JV,
you know, like you're balling right now.
Yeah, I'd give you that much.
Like we
man.
were saying, it's like they were comparing, like when LeBron on Twitter was like, yeah, it's like he's the youngest MVP since Derrick Rose. You know, it's like the run that he's on is like, oh, whoa. It's not that we haven't seen something like that. It's that, whoa, we haven't seen it in a long time. You know, and
like that.
done it like that.
Just
You know,
like that,
where
yeah.
someone is not even musically inclined that way. Like you're still learning to be an artist, and you're able to maneuver and then learn how to be famous at the same time. You know, it's not easy being famous and young and you know, being a trapper and all that shit. You know.
Back to straight facts. Now moving on to sports.
Yeah,
Will it
man.
be wise for the NBA to resume the 2020 season? What will be the impact on social justice movement?
Wise? No. Are they pushing it and is it appreciated by the fans? Absolutely. But is it wise? Absolutely not. We're in the middle of a second wave starting up. I think just last week they were saying at least 3% of NBA players that were tested were discovered to have COVID. Not only that, but this whole bubble situation is still being evaluated with all these rules and everything coming up. So, is it wise? I don't think it's wise. Are we going to give it a shot and try it out? For sure. Personally, as a fan, I want to see it happen. I love the NBA. I love entertainment. It'll be entertaining, but it's not wise for sure. That's my opinion. What do you think, man?
To be honest, I echo the same sounds. Like, everybody wants to see some basketball, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, a bunch of people, same hotel, same gym, same ball. You know, it's like, same everything. Dapping each other after making a bucket. You know, like, it just doesn't make sense. And then some people are going back out to see their families because your team gets eliminated, so you're going back home early. Boom. You're in contact with your little kids after you've been beside I don't know who, you know? Like, how many people are really going to go quarantine 14 days after they leave there? You feel me? How many people are actually going to respect the rules of over there? And then, you know, it's too, like, risky. But I don't know, sometimes people like to play with fire. So to me, it seems like the NBA is just playing with fire because they can't not be aware of what's going on and like, all the players that are coming out testing positive for this. So it's like, you can either let it keep going on and see where it goes, like you said, and if more players are positive, you'll have no choice but to cancel, or you just cancel it now. So we'll see, you know, like we were talking about. It's really about revenue too, you know. Everything's a business. It's entertainment. So
not only that, but now you're bringing, especially in the States, you have the protests going on, right? So they are going on with this Black Lives Matter movement right now. A lot of NBA players having active voices, right? So they feel like bringing the NBA back might take some of the attention away from the cause, with the whole George Floyd passing or killing. With that being said, I do understand it. I do respect that point of view. But you also have to realize these are professionals.
Yeah.
This is their careers. You have income. You have players that need to get paid. Well, they're professional athletes.
Yeah.
That's their careers. At the end of the day, like, you want to limit the pandemic as much as you can, the spread at least, but you also have to respect that they want to, you know, practice their profession, right? So for sure they want to play. These are hoopers, man.
Right.
Like, they want to play basketball. I get it, but it's not necessarily wise. But I do, you know what? I do appreciate how so many basketball players are willingly saying, I want to play basketball. I want to give it a try. I want to risk it. I think it's worth the risk. I appreciate that. Like,
definitely not worth the risk.
But that's their decision. Like, no. Like, let's put it this way. That's their decision to make. If they feel like their health is worth the risk, it's worth the risk.
The M's is worth the
that's
risk.
What I'm saying. Exactly,
like,
right?
It's
Like,
the bag,
right?
real.
They're living comfortable, right? They want to keep living comfortable. So you gotta respect it. Is it rushed? Yes. Do we know?
They haven't played since March.
Yeah.
So that's been a long time still.
That's even injury risk.
Yeah.
Right?
March,
Absolutely.
April,
But the thing
May,
is, it's
June,
like you
July,
guys
5
are all
months.
mentioning, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's to get the money.
Yeah.
And there's also there's something behind this that doesn't make sense, because it's like, for example, the only sport that I know that has not been stopping has been WWE, which I mentioned before. It's wrestling, you know. So they still got people performing once a week in arenas in Florida, and I think that's what happened. It's like they realized, okay, well, yo, this is still popping, so why not bring the sports out there? Because at the end of the day, like you said, they're trying to diffuse what happened with the Black Lives Matters. And they're trying to diffuse a little story about COVID and trying to see everything's good, because you got to change the narrative. It is what it is. I think they're still going to play it through. I think there's not going to be anything that's going to stop the NBA for making their money.
Well, how do you practice social distancing? Playing defense.
Hold up. I
Playing
feel
offense.
like if a big enough player catches COVID, they'll cancel
You
this
think
shit.
they're gonna report it though?
Why not?
Nah.
Why not?
NBA's a business.
Because you can be
You were just talking about TMZ.
asymptomatic,
TMZ's
right?
out there.
Yeah, no, but yo, they
That's
can block
true.
things.
Mhm.
Man.
You can go on.
They can cover
even
who
your
gets
full
in these type of facilities.
week and a
right?
half, a few days, and,
Sure.
and you show
It's gonna
no
be different.
symptoms,
Mm-hmm.
right? And at that point, you still don't know, right? You're going on routinely. These guys are still very healthy players, so
Yeah, but they're probably getting tested weekly, like
they
nurses.
That's a fact.
they're supposed to get tested every
Another
second
reason
day.
why I say they can control it, they're gonna let certain media members, not gonna let everybody. Oh, Oklahoma City. No. The big dogs won't get the chances, but they're gonna make sure they keep everything in house. Not to say
Yeah, but
that's what could happen, but I know
It's
NBA
too
is not
easy. Like a trainer, it's a trainer that's gonna leak something. It's not gonna be like a media person. It's just somebody in the facility that's gonna be like, hey yo, like so and so has the Rona, and then boom, it's, you know, it's on Twitter now. You know, it's on IG. Breaking news. Boom, NBA season done. You know, like yeah, quick like that. You know, so it's like I feel like if God forbid, but someone of a bigger name in the NBA gets this.
So like a Russell Westbrook, if a Russell, and knock on wood, 'cause that's my guy.
You know, like a
Yeah,
Chris Paul, like
Yeah.
someone that's like
James Harden.
important. You know, whoever that's a superstar, then they're gonna take this a bit more seriously. I feel like because
I just tell you, man, NBA gotta make that money. They don't make it somehow.
for sure. But if you're losing superstars,
Yo,
it's
that
not worth
superstar
it.
won't be revealed, man. I tell you that.
But
But
you have to understand that regardless if he's revealed or not,
Yeah.
they're gonna halt the season because they know that superstar has the Rona and he's not going to play. Why is so and so not playing? He has no listed injuries, no deaths in the family, no plausible reason to not be playing. So why are you not playing in this pandemic? You're not marching outside, bro. So what's up? Like, you feel me? It's like I'm just being real, you know. It's like you in these times, it's like you gotta report because you gotta go self quarantine. You don't know who you went in contact with, nigga. Now everybody you just chilled with. If you went to the restaurant, you went to have drinks, you smoked a joint with 4 niggas.
I don't.
Now there's 4
I
niggas.
believe though, once you're in that bubble, you don't have access to restaurants unless it's
I don't
within
believe that.
the proximities. I think all these rules are being implemented will at least limit traffic control, will limit the possibilities of getting it, but you're still putting your life on the line, your family's life on the line, so, which is why a lot of players are also deciding not to opt in, right? So at the end of the day, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. Like I said, as a fan, I want to see the NBA restart. So we'll prepare for the worst, but
Hope for the best.
Oh, you know, straight facts.
And now, who will be the dark horse surprise team we should be looking for in the new era of NBA?
Yeah, that one I would say for the Rockets, for Houston, and I will tell you why. If y'all seen James Harden, that man hasn't been on IG for like at least 4 months, and I'm telling you, James Harden is the key to the success. Because if he's focused, because he have Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a workhorse. You know, at the end of the day, he's out here like, yo, get the fuck, listen, get the fuck out of here. I fucking play with KD, I play with Paul George, I'm playing with you, nigga. You the best scorer in the game. Let's go get this shit. You know what I mean? Because they got a squad now. They got a fucking system. There's fucking 5 players that can all shoot threes. You know how hard that is going to be guarded when they actually execute? And you got a player like James Harden that's in his best mood. And I'm telling you, the West, the dark horse is the person that's supposed to
Ask him
win.
how many rings.
My question is this: for one,
How you-
Houston is not a dark horse team.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're
Look
not
at
even
me.
in the top right now. We're
Look at
talking
me.
about
Look at me.
Lakers and
Look at me.
Clippers,
Look
man.
at
Go
me.
ahead, man.
Are they not
Think
top 4
about
in the
it.
West?
Are they a special team right
He's
now?
talking about the Rockets. This is how I feel.
I hear you. I don't, personally, I don't believe in Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, you can
That's
hear
my
You
first
know,
thing.
like, first of all,
The
I don't
small
believe
ball.
in James
Have you ever
Harden.
seen
I don't
James
know where
Harden
niggas are
rested in
going. You
April?
know, it's like
Have you seen James Harden rested? In
It doesn't
3 months?
matter.
It matters.
a lot of people are rested.
But so
though.
is
They're
James
all
Harden.
rested, man. They all got the same pandemic break.
You know, like,
You'll see, man.
What are you talking about? LeBron,
Check it out.
LeBron
Yo,
in 80
see
still
the game.
ready, man.
Giannis
Yo,
is rested.
Come on, man.
Come on,
But we
bro.
said
We're
dark
talking
horse.
about-
Yeah, we're talking about
yes,
dark horse.
Yeah, That's not
In the
issue.
West.
Because,
See, I didn't finish.
Mello.
I just the West, right?
You're
Not the East.
talking about dark
So,
horse.
Yeah, the team to win it.
Houston's not a dark horse team.
Yes, they are, man. Get out
They're
of
fourth
here.
in the West.
Nah, they're like fifth, man. Ain't that special, man?
Anyways.
You're talking about team to actually win the shit, man. That's the West, man.
Yeah, what
Now
about
the
the East?
East.
What's the
East,
standings in the West?
Oh, you gotta check that one. I know the Lakers are one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Clippers.
Clippers. No,
Spurs.
no, it's Denver, G. Denver's there, man.
Yeah, Denver's
Fuck
three.
outta
Denver's
here,
three.
man.
Houston's,
Yeah, I mean,
Houston's
and then-
four.
Yeah, you got somebody else, you know. Anyways, Dallas is there. Yeah, I mean, so yeah.
Dallas is over
Yeah.
Houston or Houston's
It's
over
possible
Dallas?
Dallas could be
No,
over
Houston,
Houston.
I think Dallas is either 7, 8, or
56,
6 in the
So be this: 1 is Lakers, 2 is Clippers, 3 is Nuggets, 4 is Jazz, 5 is Thunder, 6 is Rockets.
Thank you. And they're a top 4 team. Yeah, I mean, stop it. Talk about dark horse. Yeah,
wait,
what's up?
take it easy.
What's up, dog?
Take it
God,
easy.
niggas
Wait,
are like, yo, this
take it
nigga-
easy.
Go ahead.
What's the records
Of who?
of number 4 to number 6? Do
Okay,
they
so-
all have the same record?
Okay, so 4 is Jazz, 41 and 23. 5 is Thunder, 40 and 24. 6 is Rockets, 40 and 24.
Okay.
So we're not even 3 games apart.
They're not even one game apart
That's what I'm saying, man.
from the 4th
G.
to the 6th.
They're not
So,
even, yo, G, what is it is, they're not a top
but
4
we're just
team,
putting it in
dog.
But
perspective.
they qualify for
They
dark
could-
horse, though, if you ask
Thank
me.
you.
They don't.
Yo,
They don't qualify
They
for
don't,
dark horse,
because
man.
after the games that they're gonna play,
No, now you from
they can qualify for top
Talking
3.
about right now.
What are you talking
At this
about?
moment, we're talking about this
Right now
moment.
doesn't-
The game hasn't
doesn't
even
matter.
started.
The
Yeah, it
season's
does.
not
Who's
over.
the dark horse team to win
The
it
season
right now?
doesn't matter.
Talk to
The
yourself.
season's not over.
Yeah, they're not making sense. But
You're not making
let's
sense.
finish the East.
You're talking about a team with an
Mello.
MVP
Yeah.
that's the dark horse. How does that make any sense? A dark horse is a team
no longer
that has no
MVP.
chances of winning. How? There's no MVP that got named this year yet. What are you talking
Well,
about?
last year was young.
Yeah,
so
but
you're
the
talking
year before
about
that-
But
yeah,
he's
it's
a
a
reigning.
4-man MVP. That's fine.
Okay, so what
Steph
are you
Curry's a
saying?
4-man
No,
MVP. They don't make
plus
it
you
the
have
playoffs.
Russ-
But Steph
You
Curry
have
didn't
Russell
play.
Westbrook too,
Wait. His points are making
No,
no sense. Steph Curry didn't play.
This is-
Klay
yeah, he
Thompson
got
didn't
played.
play. So what are you
Steph Curry
talking
did
about?
play and he got
Yo,
injured.
Sleezoe, quick
that's
question
my
for you.
point.
What do you need to qualify for dark horse, in your opinion?
Bro, you need to be a
Underdog,
team
man.
that's underdog, like New Orleans,
Pelicans,
like
right? Portland.
like
That's an
Devin
underdog team.
Booker's team, teams that actually have no chance of making the playoffs realistically, but they're fighting to live. Not a team that has a nigga averaging 36 points fucking 2 years ago, bro, and another nigga averaging a triple-double off 30 points. Let's be realistic here. That's not a dark horse team, bro.
The
People
pairing
are-
of James Harden and Russell Westbrook is considered by many one of the better backcourts in the NBA.
one of the better duos, period.
So, like,
so I'm
you
so
said that, you
confused
can't
with
say
what
they're not
niggas
a
are
dark
talking
horse.
about right now.
Russell Westbrook would never accept to be called a dark horse.
You
right
know,
now,
he look at
being
you and tell you,
paired with
nigga,
James Harden.
what? Dark horse? Like, we're
What are you
one
talking
game
about?
apart from the
Exactly,
fourth
man.
seed.
Well, agree
3
to
games
disagree.
apart from the third. What are you
Question
talking
to
about?
both those players. What have they done in the playoffs by themselves?
You're the one hyping
No,
them
no,
up.
no, no, no. That's what I'm
You're
saying.
talking shit
No,
about
I'm
them.
saying.
Now you're
But-
trying to say
No, I'm saying.
Next
No.
question.
I'm saying the dark horse is when you ain't done nothing. Now they actually gonna get it
Are
right.
they gonna go somewhere or not?
Yes, they're gonna
So,
go somewhere. They have
Westbrook
everything.
did play with KD.
Now they're arrested.
He didn't play
no,
with
no,
Paul
no, they're by
George.
themselves. By themselves, without freaking the KD.
Yo, just
Now,
to let you know,
trust
you do know that Russell Westbrook has went to the finals, right? So has
one
James Harden.
time. That's it. With
What have they done in
KD.
the
Remove
playoffs?
KD. That's
Yo,
what I said,
you're
right?
making the
Without
finals, you got it
KD.
anyway.
Without KD, what have they done? Thank
Okay,
you,
do
man.
the East now. Do the East.
No, East shit, man. Thank you. I saw that shit, man.
Boston?
No, man. Let me talk, man.
Boston's not a
Miami Heat.
dark
Miami
horse.
Heat.
Miami Heat, because yo,
We're not a
nobody-
dark horse.
they're
And I
not
said
supposed-
we're, because that's
Huh?
my team. We're not a
Huh?
fucking dark horse, my
gee,
nigga.
trust
Respect it,
you,
dog.
Dark horse.
No,
man.
my nigga, we're no
Believe
dark
that,
horse.
man.
You ain't
Nobody
no
saw
Miami
Jimmy
Heat
Butler
fan,
come.
bro.
I know what time
You
it
ain't no
is, man.
Heat, I definitely don't know what time it is, bro.
Trust me,
Break it
man.
down,
Definitely
so break
don't
it
know what
down.
time
Yo,
it is,
I know
bro.
what it is,
Break
man.
it
I know
down,
the
so.
Harrison and the
What time it
family.
is,
Be
bro.
we here, man. Let's get it, man.
Nah, you're
Miami
here,
Heat,
bro.
man.
You're
Alright,
here.
alright,
So
Sleezoe.
we're saying Miami. Miami's not really a dark horse.
Miami's
They're
not
top
a
four.
dark horse,
They're
dog.
top four in the
Miami
East.
got a arguably defensive player of the year on their
Miami
team, bro.
will
Ain't
not
no
beat
dark horse.
Milwaukee. Hands
I
down.
bet you we taking them to 7 games, though.
Never. That's 6
What?
or 5.
You're
Giannis
out of
is
your
a problem.
fucking mind.
I'm just telling you.
You're
Giannis
out
is
of
a
your
problem.
fucking
Listen,
mind.
they don't respect that Giannis is a problem.
I'm
My
gonna-
nigga, Giannis is just like Harden. He ain't doing shit in the playoffs, bro.
Wait
Yo,
till
I hate when
Hear
niggas
me
are
out,
realistic
Sleezoe.
with balls.
It makes no sense.
How?
So he just said that the dark horse team is
Yeah.
Miami. But then he just said Miami will not beat Milwaukee because Giannis is a beast. So then, therefore, your dark horse team.
Yo, stop talking.
Therefore, your dark horse team doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, you think the dark horse is really supposed to win? Like this guy wants to do Cinderella stories. Like yo, everybody wins.
You just said the dark horse team.
It doesn't mean it's gonna happen, man.
But if they're losing to Milwaukee, they're not surprising you because they're supposed to lose. That makes
that's
no
what
sense.
dark
What are
horse
you
is not supposed
talking
to
about?
win,
Yeah,
man.
Yo, stop getting too intelligent right now.
My bad. I'm
Stop.
That makes no sense, bro. What the fuck, bro?
Stop.
Talk to you, man.
Miami got
Yo,
this, bro.
My dark horse team is this. I only see
Which
the
side? You know, east
Pelicans
or
make a
west?
splash in the West.
The Pelicans?
Yeah, the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah,
With
jumping on Zion already.
Yeah, you see that?
Relax,
Yo, that man
relax.
dropped a picture looking at the Terminator, man. I believe in Zion right now, man. He's been working out like crazy.
bugging.
Know what you mean? It's a dark horse team. They're not supposed to win like he just said it. Statistics. So I'm allowed to make this mistake right now. All right? So I'm allowed to pick the Pelicans. I'm picking the Pelicans in the West.
man.
You know what I'm saying? And my
Niggas in
East
this
pick,
bullshit, bro.
you guys is gonna fly over your head, right? But it's gonna be my nigga right here, T-Dot, the North. We the North. They won the championship, but
So,
everybody has counted them out to repeat. So here we go, Toronto. It's your chance to surprise the world a second time in a row. Because
They've been playing well.
You know, like,
I gotta put a
don't
team
be
in
shaky.
the You're funny.
You just told me.
Nah,
You just literally told me that your dark horse team, Miami, is gonna go ahead and surprise the world by losing to
I
Milwaukee.
said the dark horse team for me to actually win is the Rockets.
by losing to Milwaukee.
I said you
I'm
could.
telling you, my dark horse team is a defending champs to go ahead and defend and win the championships again. I know, that's crazy. I love it. Only on straight facts, alright? You hear all this shit only on straight facts.
All right, getting back to it, straight facts. Y'all opinion, who's the most athletic NBA player in history? Now, Kendrick said before it was LeBron, then he changed it to Bill Russell.
Shit, Bill. What do you think, so, man? You for NBA heavy.
Real shit, to my opinion, like it's a tough question because you can say so many players.
Yeah.
But the one that I would say would be Vince Carter because the way that man just leaped in the air disrespectfully, like on some legends. I mean, one guy in France, he put his, you know what I mean? It's disrespectful, you know, his genital areas in the man's mouth, you know what I mean? Foul, you know what I mean? Like, the man just disrespected his family. Like, the man was supposed to be a draft pick by the Knicks, and they, life just went bad after that, you know what I mean? So, Vince Carter broke up homes, you know, and futures for people. And what he did to Alonzo Mourning when he broke his back like that in 06, oh my goodness, so disrespectful. Mutombo, you know what I mean? There's so many victims, like, I'm just saying, like, the athleticism was like, you didn't even see like he was trying.
Well, sad question. You don't think T-Mac is more athletic than Vince?
No. Because T-Mac was taller. You know what I mean? Vince is shorter. And you see what the hell he was doing? Some disrespectful shit, man.
So, wouldn't it make more sense for the guy to be more athletic if he's smaller and he's jumping as high as the guy that's taller?
That's possible. That's some. That's what I say.
No, I'm just asking a question.
No,
So,
that
wouldn't
is a-
T-Mac be more athletic? Like I said before, I think Russell Westbrook would be more athletic than Vince Carter. Because what Russell is doing at what 6'2"?
No, he's
6'3",
6'4".
He's not 6'4".
6'3", 6'3".
He's definitely not 6'4".
Yo, Miller, if you gotta look it up right now, look it up
He's
right
not
now.
6'4".
I know Russell Westbrook is 6'3".
Westbrook is taller.
Damian Lillard is not 6'3". Where are you seeing these statistics?
He is, man.
Yo, what's going on? Every time we're talking ball, like, where is
Russ is pretty
hold
much,
up?
I'm pretty
Where
sure
is
he's
Damian
6'3".
Lillard 6'3"? I want to know
6'3",
where.
Probably with shoes, man.
Damian Lillard is like 6'1".
6'1", 6'2".
Anyways, man. It's listed.
These
You
guys
can
are
check it,
short.
Check the thing anyways. Go ahead.
But anyways, like, what I'm saying is, the shorter you are, how tall is Westbrook?
I'm telling you, I hear what you with Russell Westbrook.
What's up?
Westbrook, for what he does at his size, he has to be considered one of the elite.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because the taller you
6'3",
are,
6'3". That's what I said, right?
like the taller you are, you have an advantage. Like you're just taller. You're supposed to have more
But
springs.
let me
You
say
know what
this
I'm
to you
saying?
though. What Kendrick says about LeBron is not false, because what LeBron's doing right now at 35, that's out of this world, man.
Yeah.
For you to be able to do this and able to guard 1 through 4 when he wants to play defense, still be able to run the point, still be able to go ahead and score whatever you gotta do, and easily get a double-double, you gotta respect it at his age.
Okay.
I don't know that he's necessarily the most athletic per se, but he's definitely in the conversation.
But touch on the Bill Russell though. Why did he mention Bill Russell? Did you
But
see him?
the reason I think it's because Bill Russell got all those rings.
But it's like,
No.
It has to be that.
I
It has
seen
to be.
some
It was something about high
highlights,
jump,
like-
man. Had nothing to do with no.
Yeah, I
rings.
seen
It had
that
nothing to
too.
do with
Went to
level.
the Olympics. There was he was in different
seventh.
sports.
Yeah. The high jumps
Yeah,
in
seen
the
that.
USB. He was not playing, man.
Oh, that's why he named him.
That's what he said. He's talking about athleticism.
But
you know what I
but
mean?
let's be honest. How many NBA players would be able to go
Yeah,
into
no, that's
that?
what I'm saying. It's a
No, I'm
tough
just
question.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah.
like
It's
how
tough
many
to say.
NBA players because I that
Like, we could
that's
say Derrick Rose.
I was
My goodness.
just about to
Like,
say
it's-
that
it's
because
disrespect- yeah,
it's
but-
too easy in that era to mention these guys and then like when we mention goats and be like, well, bro, at that time there was no competition like that, bro. These guys now are freak athletes. You know, imagine Derrick Rose in the high jump. It's like
Absolutely.
all these NBA players and NFL players would dominate the Olympics like it's nothing. So I don't want to discredit Bill Russell, but it's like, to be honest, Gerald Green, you know, like there's some guys,
Zach Levine,
Dennis
right?
Smith Jr. You know, like there's some guys that they jump out the gym and
Zach Levine, my goodness.
Oh,
Zach Levine, yeah,
you
I'm
know.
telling you, Zach Levine.
So it's
is
like it's.
the old Blake
tough.
Griffin. Blake Griffin was doing it at 6'10", 6'11".
Iverson.
I wouldn't say
Iverson's another.
athletics. You know,
Iverson's
like
another
there's
one.
a thing about athleticism. Like these guys, they're good jumpers and
Bouncy.
dunkers.
Yeah.
They got bounce, but the athleticism is like from anywhere, anytime you got springs. Like Westbrook can just be at the free throw line and jump for a jump ball, and you're like
The explosiveness.
You know, that's what I'm
That
saying. You know,
explosiveness
like
out of this
the
world.
speed when they run, the agility. It's like you just look like you can go play football. Why are you playing ball? Like you look
Right,
like a cornerback.
right.
You know, like you look like you're ready to hit somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Or they can play baseball too.
Yes, Fresh.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where like I think they're naturally gifted, man. They're
You can even put the guy that played baseball. Bo
There's
Jackson.
Jones
Bo
Jr.
Jackson
too.
was
is-
Put him in
something else,
this guy played
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders is no joke. That's an athlete.
baseball and football.
Like
is crazy.
you have some of these guys out there, like hey, they got God-given talent.
That's what I'm
Allen
saying. It's a tough
Iverson
question.
too.
Yo, question for you. What sport do you think requires the most athleticism to play?
Soccer.
Soccer? No.
Most athleticism?
No way.
Okay.
No, not soccer. Bro.
It's between soccer and basketball. It's
I know what I'm
between
talking about. I
two,
played.
yeah.
I played that sport
Because the
for
thing
real.
is, like,
Soccer.
you got,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
you
It's
gotta have
probably true.
endurance, man. Because in soccer, they don't have like timeouts.
But
Like
they
It's
pick
that.
and-
non-stop
they pick and
speed.
choose-
It's not
They pick and choose their running moments.
No, they
Nah,
don't.
it's speed all
out
day,
there in the
bro.
hot weather.
It's about
You gotta
a
be able to
When
run.
I can give my point of view
The
because you
French
know I
version,
played
no,
soccer,
go ahead,
I'll
go ahead,
give
go
you
ahead,
my
guy.
point
Go
of view.
ahead, sir.
Why
Let's
soccer.
just speak. Let's
Like,
speak.
Yeah, talk
I
about-
played ball and soccer. You know, like a lot of these sports, like football, ball. A lot of these sports, they're quick. They're moment sports. There's timeouts. There's breaks. There's fouls. There's free throws. You have a lot of time to like
Recuperate.
recuperate.
Yeah.
Whether as soccer, depending on your position, if you're a goalie, you're kicking it.
Yeah.
You know. But a lot of other positions, they're
midfield,
running all
yeah,
game.
midfield is working.
You're
Yeah, midfield-
working all
midfield is working.
game.
Yeah,
You have no
defense,
time to be
offense.
like.
Yeah.
You're coming off the field, and mind you, soccer is not like ball or football. Once you come off, you don't come back on.
Right.
You know, you're penny. You feel me? So it's like it requires. I understand what you mean, where like they pick and choose
They
their
pick and
running
choose,
moments,
yeah, exactly.
but to be able to pick and choose those running moments, it took a lot of work to even be in that position to pick when I get to run and not run, because other players are forced to keep just running.
Okay.
You know, running.
Let's finish off Zoe with
I would've
Vince
mentioned
Carter.
Ronaldo.
Vince Carter
Yeah.
for me, yeah.
Sleaze, who do you got?
I don't know, like
Why, it is bad.
there's too many. I got like Zach Levine, Russell Westbrook, like
You have to
Sean
choose
Kemp,
one right now.
Dominique Wilkins.
Michael Jordan.
You know, like I can't pick. I
The
can't
free
pick.
throw dunk.
Who did you pick?
I took
Vince
Vince
Carter?
Bryant.
And it was
He
a tough
would've
one.
dunked
It
on
could be-
there.
it could be argued, but you can choose one.
Okay, I'm
You have to
gonna
choose
pick.
one.
I'm gonna pick Russell Westbrook.
That's fine.
Russell Westbrook.
Go for
Beans.
it.
That's a solid one. I'm gonna go with the classic MJ, man. I'm going with the classic MJ. I'm sorry.
I like that.
It is safe.
Facts.
It is safe. But
Straight
straight
facts.
they're all pretty serious picks.
Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, by the way,
leave a comment.
salute to Vince Carter. He retired from the
Retired.
NBA.
True
Thank you
that.
so much for your
Congrats to
service.
him.
Air Canada.
Air
Definitely,
Believe that.
man. Put in work.
Amazing.
I hear that.
Let's go.
All right,
Straight
straight
facts.
facts.